Hey everybody, 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here. Good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. Hope you are doing well out there. We have some, warmer air in place. It's not warm air, but it is warmer than what we've been seeing. In fact, I think we make the 60s for today. I did want to talk briefly today about that's pretty cool. I have to show you that. About the New Year's Eve forecast. And so we're going to be looking ahead at that. It's a little ways out, but just kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking at this particular point. So we'll talk about that. Briefly, I'm just going to give you a real quick forecast of what we're looking at for here next several days. But I just noticed this, and I wanted to show this to you. Let's take you live. I'm going to make this full so you can see here. I want to take you live outside, and I bet that I don't have the right camera pulled up here. No, that's Mahaffey Theater. So all I got to do is come here, and let's start here. Here's the rain that's on the radar out there. And you see this? Most of this is not actually making it to the ground. There's the live radar right now. You see this green up here? Some of this is making it to the ground. There's a couple sprinkles out there, but you can see this rain that's right here as well too. You see that? Now, let me take you outside. I want to take you out to Clearwater Beach. Where are we? Here we are. And take a look at these clouds moving by. Guys, you can see the rain right there. You see that right there? And that right there, and that right there. That is the rain falling out of those clouds. Now, the air is relatively dry. It's pretty dry. So that's why I say not all of that is making it to the ground. And this looks like it's actually trying to evaporate before it gets there. But the radar is seeing this. So as this line comes through, and this line of darker clouds here, let me move this over to the right just a little bit. That line itself has the chance of producing just a quick sprinkle coming through. Okay, yeah, you can clearly see that on the left side of your screen. Also, let me move it over here a little bit further, and you can see where we're looking earlier, further up here. So that is the rain that we're seeing over top of Pasco County and places like that. Kind of tough to see. You see the dark there, you see some dark here. Again, not all that's making it to the ground, but some of that is. So actually pretty cool to be able to see. Okay, now let's come back to the bigger picture here, and you can see most of the rain's clearing. This is kind of like the first system that we had. This is what we dealt with yesterday. And I tell you, it's been cloudy and rainy in South Florida for a few days. But now we've got this second system here, and this is the one that's producing a couple sprinkles. Now most of this is falling apart. More than anything else, this is just going to be some clouds, but you see up here there's actually some breaks in those clouds, so we're going to get some sunshine for the rest of the afternoon. And then looking back behind all of that, there's not much left, so looking pretty good. That's it. Now here's the temperature forecast here briefly for the next 20 hours, and finally we make it back to at least the 60s, going 62 for a high temperature today. 72, I'm going 63 actually. 72 is the average high temperature for this time of the year. So mix of sun and clouds, isolated sprinkle, and 63 today. Now boating, northeast winds at 10 to 15 knots, but I wanted to show you this because of that. Look what the water temperature did. It was 68 before this cold snap, which is right there where the manatees want to get warmer water. So they were working their way up towards the power plant. But they're all up near Apollo Beach now because it is cold. 55 degrees in the water at Pier 60. Tonight's going to be cold. You had jackets this morning. You'll need them again for tonight. Now, it's not as cold, right? But it's still cold. So tomorrow morning we'll wake up about 45 in Tampa, 50 in St. Pete. We were in the mid-40s this morning in St. Pete. This area here in Hernando and Citrus County, we do not have any watches for the first time since Friday night, really, for cold weather in Hernando or Citrus. There are some freeze watches up in this Levy County. So if you've been protecting plants up here, Lecanto, up in the Crystal River area, do it again one more time tonight, and then I think we'll be okay after that. All right. Even though there's not a freeze warning in effect for you, I still think it's going to be close in some of those cold spots. Now tomorrow, even better, 71 degrees with lots of sunshine. Rain chances, now we start talking about New Year's Eve, and you know, it's a little ways out and timing can change, but it's starting to get a little bit closer. So there is a chance for some rain, especially Tampa northward as we get going into Saturday afternoon and evening. This is New Year's Eve. This is New Year's Day. Okay, so let's take a look at the current temps. One good thing is we will be warming up. We're already starting that here, of course. We've seen some warmer air up the plains. This cold here will shift east, and so will this warm air on its heels. So actually everybody's going to start to warm things back up. Look at our high temperatures here. And keep in mind, guys, 72 is where we should be. We're going to be above that We'll be close to it tomorrow. And then we're above it all the way through, well, Thursday to Thursday plus Friday, right? Good week or so, including the upcoming weekend. In fact, yeah, closer to 80 degrees. I love that stuff. 80, 82. Remember, look, the first 2 weeks of December, it was 80 degrees for a high every day. It was brilliant. Love it. All right, now let's talk the GFS model. Let's talk rain. So the only thing to really point out in this picture right now is that parts of Buffalo are still getting lake effect snow. It's just amazing that they're going to get still some of that. A little south of town, looks like, but that should be dying out later today. Now, here's the Wednesday forecast model. You can see the shift in the weather patterns. Really, the storm's out west. They've got a big storm now. There's going to get another one Wednesday, and I think even another one moving into the Rockies for New Year's Eve. All right, but watch what happens across the deep south. See this? Showers, even some thunderstorms. This is warm air. All right, the winds here are following these lines. They're going to be coming up like this. So that's going to bring up warm air. That's why you're seeing that warming that will occur in the eastern half of the United States. Okay, so look, I mean, look, they're talking rain in Michigan, where it's been in the teens below at times, right? So they're obviously warming up now, but that's really warm when you're talking rain the end of December in Michigan. So here we go, Friday, and now look at the heavier rain across the deep south. So it's moving from Louisiana, Wednesday, Mississippi, Thursday, Alabama, Mississippi, and then over towards Georgia. That's through Friday night. Now notice for us, I've got a 10% chance for rain. I think most of it will go to our north on Friday. Now let's focus on Saturday, which is New Year's Eve. Most of it ends up back out here to our west, but it is inching closer, and this is midnight. Okay, so look at Tampa and point south. It's really close. It's going to be close, and this is so far out in time, it's kind of tough to be exact with this. The European model is actually a little bit drier until right around midnight. Okay, so they're saying most of the Saturday is pretty dry, but then rain will be just off our coast. It will try to push in as we go through the evening hours on Saturday. Now, the overall rain chances today versus the model runs yesterday have dropped. So that's good news. I think I had about 50% chance yesterday. I'm going about 30 to 40% for today. And then you see on Saturday a couple lingering showers left over, but most of it stays just offshore as well too. All right, so that's the forecast. Now, it will likely change a little bit, but just make sure you have a couple backup plans in case, or at least a backup plan for your festivities for New Year's. Now here's that warmer air slowly moving east. You can see it building in the deep south up the Mississippi River Valley. You see the colder air shifting out west, right? But we've been warming it right up into here. I mean, these are basically in the highs, high temperatures for Thursday. It's 44 in Syracuse. I mean, they got a ton of snow up there. And it's going to start melting, obviously. They're going to basically stay, in the 40s. This is Friday. Look at Syracuse at 48, 46 in New York City. Look at us. Oh, upper 70s, mid to upper 70s coming. Now, all right, let's go out to Saturday. So Saturday afternoon, nice. Last day of the year, 75 to 78 degrees. It's going to be a nice day. But we will start to see the clouds thicken up. And again, at that point, there'll be some showers offshore. Now, let's go to midnight. And here we are in Tampa at 66 degrees, again with that small chance for rain. But I wanted to show you this because look at these cities up here in the Northeast. Obviously, everybody watches the ball drop in Times Square. Let's go out to midnight Sunday. Oh, wait a minute. Right here. That's what I want to show you. And look at this forecast for rain in Raleigh, the Carolinas, down in the Georgia, Jacksonville, Kentucky, most of Ohio, a lot of rain, Pennsylvania even, but will it get into New York in time for the big celebration there? That'll be something to see, but it's coming, right? As we go through the early morning hours, like that's 3 in the morning, and you know New York City, they'll still be partying up there. The rain will be moving in. So look, today's Tuesday. This is a forecast for late Saturday night, Sunday morning. This will change. So keep that in mind if you've got travel plans. Keep that in mind, okay? This temperature just showed you. Now look, looking ahead, we stay warm, and I'm kind of hesitating here a little bit, but this is clearly the warm-up that I was just showing you, right? And this goes out through January 6th. Now, the next one's going to go out through January 10th, and it stays warm, especially up into the Northeast, but there are some indications that we have some cooler air coming down, another front trying to swing through around the 8th or the 9th. So we'll see how much this holds. I mean, certainly through the 8th, we should be on the warmer side, first week of January. But I think we'll get a little bit of a cool down. Right now, mean, it's way far out in time. It doesn't look as cold as this cold snap. Honestly, I mean, we could have seen the coldest air we're going to see this year. So we'll see how that bears out. But definitely going to warm things up the next couple of weeks. And you can see that in our 7-day forecast. It's actually going to be really, really nice. Get back to normal. I mean, remember when the 50s were chilly? So Thursday morning 54, Thursday afternoon 77. 54 used to be cold. We were 44 on Christmas. So yeah, definitely getting things back to where they should be. If you're new here, if you just recently moved to the Tampa Bay area, it's not normally this cold. The average high temperature is now 72. For the month of January, the whole month actually, the average high is 71. Okay, so yeah, we get cold, but it usually lasts 2 days and that's it. Okay, and then we warm things up pretty quickly here. This one lasted a little bit longer. I mean, Saturday, Sunday were cold. Monday's been chilly. Tuesday's coolish, but we're going to get better as we go through this week. So enjoy it. This is what Florida weather is supposed to be like this time of the year. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great Tuesday afternoon.